Okay, when you're adding two functions graphically, in other words, you're taking the graph of one function plus the graph of another function to get a third, you literally are looking at any individual as x value, and at those x's you're adding the y's up. So I've kind of given you an illustration here. Y1 in this function plus y2 equals y3. So literally, if you took y1 plus y2, you would get y3. So 2x, there's your 2x, negative 7 plus 3 is negative 4. So this is the sum of the other two. All right, the 3x squared, let's see, 2x squared plus 3 is this guy right here. Okay, this one is the y3 value. Okay, and this is the y2. So if you took and added at a certain x value, so I'm going to go over to negative 3, 1, 2, 3, somewhere in there, that region. Okay. If I look at the x's, I have negative 4, and I have way up here 21. If I add negative 4 and 21, I get 17 positive, which is still off the screen. So I end up with a 17 somewhere up off the screen. Okay? If I add at 0, I add negative 7 and 3 together, I get negative 4. So negative 7 plus 3 is negative 4. So I've added those results together to get the new y value. So this is the sum of the y values of the other two. You look at a certain x, you add the y's together to get your resulting y value, or you subtract them, or whatever the case may be. So if I went to x is 1, I would add the y values, negative 4 and 5 together, to find a y value of 1. So at 1, we'll go to 1, I have a y value of negative 4. I have a y value of positive 5. If I add those together, I get 1. Okay, so I'm just adding those results. Now I'm going to emphasize that now, and then in just a second I'm going to show you an example where we're looking at two generic graphs. Okay, so in this situation I'm taking function f and g, which I don't know the equations of. There's some kind of piecewise function made up of like 3 lines each. Okay, so if I want to use the graphs to add f plus g of x, I'm literally going to take the y value at a certain x and add the y value at the same x for the new function. So, for example, I'm going to go and I'm going to look right up here at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, at negative 8. At negative 8, if I add the two y values together, I get negative 3. So negative 1 plus a negative 3 is negative 4. So I'm going to go to negative 4, and I'm going to be my graph. Okay. Now I'm going to go to each point along this graph that's a changing point. So these key points along here that line up vertically. All right. The good news is they're just lines. So when you add a line and a line, you get another line. So this one, I have negative 2 for the y value. Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 2